Let's see if we can get that sun setting really pretty. I am sitting down because I have vertigo. I'm not going to face it there too long. But yeah, I sit down now when I'm flying my drone because, like I said, I have vertigo. So if I look up too much, it does set me off a little bit. So I don't know how long I'm going to keep her up. She's actually behaving. I am flying Starlight. Still having issues with the RUKO company to get Midnight replaced, which is also by the RUKO company because of the gimbal. The gimbal got messed up somehow. We're not entirely sure how. And the RUKO company is giving me nothing but issues on getting it replaced. So, we'll see. You know, if nothing else, maybe after the new year. Eddie is still contemplating getting a DJI or DJI, whatever how you say that. But with all the bands that they're putting on it, he's not sure if he wants to get it or not. You know, as a lot of you guys know, we fly for fun. So we have our recreational certificates. We just don't have the Part 107. And it's like now they're making it more of a challenge where even if you're just flying for fun, you need to have a Part 107. Again, like I said, Eddie and I just fly for fun. We're not doing this to make any money. So it's like getting really, really complicated with this, and that's why he's so holding off. I might bring her down for a few more minutes because the sun's not quite where I'm at, and I don't want to face the gimbal in that direction because I don't want to burn out my lens. So let me bring her down. Oh, actually, I'll wait a minute. But yeah, so yeah, that's why we're kind of going back and forth. It's like nothing but a headache. He had like that other drone that he won a couple of years ago at the drone meetup. But that, for whatever reason, went wonky. And again, it was another issue of trying to get it replaced. And I was explaining to that company, it was Snaptane. And that was another issue because they wouldn't replace it. I didn't have a receipt. Explained to them that he won it at an event we were attending. They wanted me to get a hold of the sponsor. I did talk to the sponsor because he had tested it out and all that. But I didn't want to put him through all that nonsense and end up losing a friend as well as having our group lose his sponsors. So I don't know. But let me bring her down so she can rest for a few minutes, and I'll set her up in another couple of minutes. Yeah, actually, maybe I'll leave her up where she's at right now for a few minutes. And I'm in Ocala, Florida, so sunset is supposed to be 5:31 p.m. So I still might bring her down and switch out batteries. I don't know. Last night, we saw a deer, and then this morning, taking Eddie to work, we saw a deer. So I'm going to leave it here. I'll be back in a minute. I want to switch out batteries in a few. There you go. And you all know Eddie, he ain't afraid to do that fancy flying. Me, I'm too much of a coward. Especially since Midnight's kind of temperamental. But actually this evening she's doing pretty good. Today's the first day I flew her in a while. And we have our South Florida drone meetup coming up in April. Captain Ray, was that the 5th or the 6th? I don't remember. Or was it April 4th? I don't remember. Please let me know. But Eddie and I are still planning on attending, providing nothing else goes sideways. I love sunsets. Eddie's been doing really good on getting sunrises because he knows I like that. But like I said a few minutes ago, Midnight's kind of down right now. She can fly. We can do everything with her. It's just that as far as taking pictures, the gimbal is crooked and it's facing up. So I also do not know if that's going to mess up the GPS. You know, in case we have to do an emergency landing or an emergency return to home, because Eddie does all that manually. I'm not perfect at doing it manually, but I am getting better. But Eddie's like a pro at it. TJ's seen him fly drones like it was nothing, so... You know, so me, I'm still a little sketchy, so I don't fly anywhere where I know I'm going to hit anything. You know, I'm pretty much in control of my drone, which is what you're supposed to be. You know, me, I like wide open spaces, you know. And like I said, every now and again, even TJ's seen it, Starlight occasionally gets a little temperamental. But, yeah. So I'm going to leave this running until the sunset goes behind them trees. I'm hoping to maybe get a camping adventure in. If I do that, I'll get some videos of that. And of course, some drone shots. Eddie is planning to do a possible solo camp. I don't know. So we'll see. Problem with that is a lot of the national and state parks up here in Ocala, you're not allowed to fly drones in them. And one place where you can solo camp, disperse camp, free camp, whatever you want to call it, we gotta pay attention to where we are because we're not too far from the Navy bombing range. I think it's called Pine Castle bombing range by the Navy. So, you know, we're very cautious. We follow the rules. Before anybody says anything, we do follow the rules. So we don't do anything that's gonna get us in trouble, and that way my friends who fly drones for fun as well as professionally, they don't get nothing taken away. So, you know, it is what it is right now. Like I said, Eddie and I just fly for fun. You know, and yes, I am keeping Starlight in line of sight because that's what you're supposed to do. Again, you're following the rules. And a lot of my friends are Part 107 certified, so sometimes if I have a question, I would ask them. Or every now and again, I'll watch the live feed on the Pilot Institute, and that's very informational as well. So that answers a lot of questions. And Greg is a sweetheart. You know, he answers all kind of questions, and anything I'm not sure, you know, I'll ask him. And he's very good on answering and explaining things to me, and basically in plain English, because when you use technical terms, I get lost. So he's very good at explaining things in technical, plain English for me. Okay, because like I said, when you come to technical, I get confused. But Greg is great. Everybody in the drone community is great with answering any of my questions. That sun is almost gone, but look at the sky. Doesn't that look pretty? I'm going to send her up a little bit higher. In case anybody's wondering, I am now